jailer for a year, then I went over to dispatch there.
Okay. So, what do you think needs to be changed as far as the way the county's run?
Oh, I think there needs to be more accountability and transparency. There's nothing being said or done. There's no, investigations end up in a dead end, and family members have come to call and nothing's being said, and that goes to both the sheriff's office and the county attorney. Because without one or the other, you don't have law enforcement. It takes both, and there's just no leadership. You look in the daily briefs, and for the last 6-8 years, there's always openings. Same thing. And they're deputy, dispatcher, jailer. Well, that just shows me there's no leadership. Nobody knows where they stand.
Yeah, it's hard whenever there's no continuity and no culture that's established. And that
you've got to have that.
I know nothing about law enforcement, but I do know just in any organization that's super important to have a culture that people are proud of, they understand what their roles are, they feel valued.
Down at housing, when we took over, myself, the construction manager, and Audrey's job title, executive director, it was in shambles. My half-brother, who was the chairman at the time, Carl Van, hired us to redo it, get it up there where it belongs, and we worked our tails off. Everybody got together. We had 70 employees, and within 2-3 years, we were top-notch with HUD. And it just takes a lot of work. And with me, being in charge of the 70 people and everything, and got the right people hired, and put them where they belong. Nothing's in concrete. We tweak everything out. But no, you just got to be good with people. And your sheriff is more of an administrator than anything.
Definitely a public figure.
Yeah, and you got to be good with the public and with your employees. You got to know when to crack the whip, or it's a simple equation. Do your job. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Caveman can do it.
So why do you feel like you're qualified for the position?
Because I got the experience, and I've lived here. My ex-wife was a deputy. She just retired a few years ago. Well, our house was 24/7, and she became a detective. So, been there, done that. And she started out the bottom as a dispatcher when she was younger. Then she became a deputy and moved on up. And hard work.
What do you think the biggest issues around the county are?
Probably coverage. Calls that take so long. Well, you got 5,000 square miles. If you only got one deputy on that specific time, it's going to take a bit. If he's in Decker, then you're in North Valley, common sense. But just better coverage and utilization of your personnel. Put your best people in the best spots.
Yeah, I went over and toured the Bighorn Hospital 2 days ago, and the people working there told me that the entire county, which you just said 5,000 square miles, they have 2 ambulance crews to cover the entire radius. So if you get in trouble somewhere out there, I mean...
On your own, Stan.
Exactly.
And we got one of the best ambulance crews in the state. This is top notch. But it's just distance.
Yeah, for sure.
And the other departments aren't working together, like Bighorn County. I don't know. No, I haven't seen it or heard. We need to work together with our law enforcement buds at BIA. That way, you don't have to be cross-deputized. You don't have to be this. Just learn to work together.
Yeah. And
trust. You got to have that trust factor, especially when you're out there. You don't trust that guy, it could cost you.
Exactly. And that's the next question I had. How would you go about working with the BIA and also working with the new Hardin Police Department?
Just by communication and getting together.
Yeah.
I have a great rapport with the chief of police. Made him feel welcome because, we need it. We need it at Hardin PD.
Yeah.
Only problem I have is it costs money like anything else. And once they get that lined out, I think we'll be okay. But for the time being, it's in the back of my mind. I'm just worried. I hope everything works out, which I think we're on the first couple steps of getting there. We've had neighborhood meetings, neighborhood watch, and it takes the people again. You gotta have that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've been to those meetings myself.
I've seen you there.
It seems like there are people that care, which is encouraging, and I think shows that this community is headed in the right direction.
People have had enough.
Yeah.
They want change, and I'm the person that can change it to the better. And I plan on backing my troops 100%, no questions. But I run a tight ship, but it's going to be professional, 100% professional.
Yeah. When is the election?
The first Tuesday of June is the primary, and the top two go on to the general.
Okay, so
It's
that's coming up quick.
It's nonpartisan. So I was the first one to throw my hat there.
Yeah.
I wasn't even planning on it. I had no inkling of doing that, and I had more and more people ask me, "You need to run." I even had a county commissioner ask me because there's problems upstairs with the two downstairs. Two downstairs. Don't even know how to write ticket. Come on. You know the first thing about it. And I did it for 23 years. I don't know how many thousands of tickets I wrote. And I work with the patrol, highway patrol. Work with BIA. We work together, and they helped us. We helped them. It's just part of the job. And I plan on having a network or task force, if you will. Go over to Rosebud County and talk to the sheriff. See what's going on.
Yeah.
Communication. Cross intelligence reports. Sheridan, Sheriff Linder, and Billings, Carbon County.
Yeah. It's crazy how important communication is.
You gotta have it.
I mean, this is my first managerial position, and even with these guys out here, I'm realizing that the problems that we run into, you can't just keep them inside. You have to bring it front and center, and most of the time it can be solved pretty easily with one or two conversations, just getting everybody on the same page.
My biggest priority when elected is the work on these missing people on and off the reservation, which has no bearing. I don't believe you throw the race card at me and God, I hate that. Grew up with it all my life. But I'll tell you the reason why later. But that's the priority is these. I know what's going on. The young, especially the girls. They go to Billings to have a good time. They get involved with some of these out-of-towners from the South. They don't know who they're dealing with. These guys play for keeps. They don't take prisoners. If they think you're messing with them, they take you out. They'll kill you and throw you in the weeds, or they'll sell you. They'll transport you, sell you. You're on the world market then. Nobody will see you again.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that. There's big money to be made, and they're up here. Fentanyl's up here. There's deaths around here with fentanyl.
Yeah.
And meth has been a problem for 30 years. I remember one of the he's judged now over in Columbus. He was on a drug ban. And he told me that 30 plus years ago because people don't understand this meth is here. And it's bad. We're still paying for it.
Yeah, and I come from real small town Missouri, southern Missouri.
Show me state.
Show me state. Place a little bigger than Hardin, but not by much. And we had the same problems there. Meth.
Missouri's one of the worst states in the United States.
It is.
For meth production. I used to live in Illinois for not quite 2 years. Or up
Yeah,
towards
and
Peoria. We used to go to St. Louis for.
Yeah, it's cheap, it's accessible, and people who don't have much money can still get their hands on it and make it easily.
So many ways of making it and using it, and it's hard to catch.
Yeah.
But it's out there, and I don't know. It's history-wise, even my oldest has been on it. On and off. Waste of talent, derelict. Job here, job there, and it's sad. You can tough love it. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
No, I plan on working with the Northern Cheyenne and the Crow Tribe and Bighorn County as a whole. I'm trying to help and work with our county attorney, whoever it may be at that time, and get things done. So I hate secrets like that. The FBI's notorious. Well, you've been working on the damn case for 6 months. You can give us an update, at least an update. Just come talk to the people. Call you up and say, I want to do a press release. That's all that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And my book that progresses always will. I might not be able to tell you the answer at the time, but it's a pending investigation. Don't sense. When you get, I can let you have this, but that's it.
Yeah.
But no, I've always been open that way. So.
Yeah, and this is also my first journalism job.
I know,
so
I read.
I'm not here to stir up shit. I'm not here to choose sides, anything like that.
You gotta be objective.
The people that I talk to and the questions that I do ask, it's because I'm interested and I genuinely want to know. I know there are things that I'm not all the way caught up on yet, and there are a lot of stories that I've missed just because I'm still trying to find my way.
You gotta read everything and get, absorb what's going on.
I didn't know that the daily briefs were a thing until I went over to the Three Brothers earlier this week, and I was like, wait, what is this?
I thought it was something I put on every day underneath my jeans.
But that's just becoming a part of the community day by day.
Where'd you go to college at?
I went to Missouri State University. I played football there. Then I moved on to UMKC in Kansas City, got my law degree from there, and one way or another found myself here.
So you got journalism and law.
I wasn't even trained in journalism in college. I was a writing major, but I never figured that I would go into the newspaper industry or journalism, but it kind of uniquely fit my skill sets. It does.
As attorneys, you gotta have a gift to gab and communicate.
Yeah.
You're closing arguments. I should have been an attorney. There's some of these cases like, come on, I can beat that guy easy. But, I was going to go on the radio and TV at Missoula. So went up there to register. The line was forget that one.
Yeah.
Because everybody said I should go on the radio, TV. So. And I liked it. I did in high school, public speaking and stuff like that. But that line, I don't know. It was a good half mile. I don't know how you got to get registered for classes. There's even too many people like at U of M where you're from. I'm serious. They do have a top-notch journalism. U of M. So did you get your law degree? Awesome.
Yeah, and when Brandon Shockey passed away, I had a couple people say, are you licensed in Montana?
Are you interested to pass the board, pass the bar?
I said I'm not licensed in Montana, and I'm not really planning on it at the moment.
That'd be tough to do being brand new.
Yeah.
Especially on the pending cases. Jay, I don't know some of the stuff. Why are you even there if you're not going to do anything? It's kind of like Barcelona. no, anything else?
I think you gave me a lot of good stuff. I'm trying to think. Just
That's my platform is the indigenous, not just them, but I don't care what color you are, you're missing.
yeah.
See, I'm not from here.
Oh, you're not.
I grew up outside Tacoma,
Okay.
so we didn't move out here until I was 11. That was culture shock.
Yeah.
Live in Crow? Oh,
Mhm.
I'm a city boy.
Yeah, I had the same thing happen to me last week. I tagged along on the delivery route early Thursday morning, and we drove out all over the reservation, Lodge Grass, Crow, the whole thing, making deliveries, and I was just shocked at what I saw.
Territory.
Hmm.
So, you know, I grew up down there. We had living government housing. I went to high school here. Hardin. And so I just got married the first time. There were no jobs. I do something. So the ex was from Illinois. So we moved out there, and this was '78. There was nothing going on out there. Caterpillar in Peoria was on strike.
Yeah.
This, International Harvester was just getting out of strike. The coal mines were coming. There's nothing. So I got on out there with the supervisor of assessments for the county.
Yeah.
We only made $7.20 a month back in those days.
Oh my
Yeah. Had a young one coming up, just getting born. So we came out here at Christmas of '79 before we left. At the airport, I told my dad, you can find a good job, let me know. So it wasn't more than a week. He had an opening for the state. So put my application in, typical state. You wait. Got some paperwork, filled it out, sent it back. So in the 1st of April of '80, got a letter, be at the Bighorn County Courthouse for a job interview at 10 o'clock. How am I going to do this? Just came to me for Christmas. So I went and talked to my boss. He goes, well, Rams, if you get it. I said, well, I don't know if I'm going to get it yet. Just an interview. Well, if you get it, what are you going to do? I said, wait here. Well, I think that's your 2-week notice.
That sucks.
Now, what do I do? I got to go home.
Yeah.
So I said, well, it is what it is. Do what you got to do. So jumped in my pickup, drove out here, April 15th, tax day. Got up there, left there, and thought to kiss that job goodbye. And about 10 days later, I got a phone call from the chief. Be at the race station at 6 a.m. The rest is history.
These things work out for the better sometimes. And you look back on your life and you just think,
What else?
yeah,
It's
what
scary.
if? Yeah.
And I put, my dad and I, we went all over. Coal mines, Billings, went to BLM up there. They were hiring, not Black Lives Matter. But as soon as I got hired on, wasn't a couple of days later in the mail, I got a letter of acceptance, got hired with Bureau of Land Management. They only gave me the second page, not the whole letter. So I didn't know what I got hired for.
Yeah.
So luckily, in '81, when Reagan took over, he did a lot of cutting. Well, I had lost a job. So then again, see, you just never know the what ifs. But it was a good career. And she got the hang of it. It was working with the trucking industry constantly. And I never had a problem. It was always politics not taking over the job. So I had enough. I'm out of here. And I was one of the senior officers in the state too. But I went to the police academy, just like everybody else. I've had tons of training in baton, handcuffs, radar, a little bit of accident investigation. I learned that by riding with the highway patrol. Intoxilizer, DUIs, I have training on that, certified in all of it. So I'm qualified.
How do you feel about the marijuana opening up out there?
I don't have a problem with it. It was here anyway. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's probably easier to go. It was easier to get somewhere off the street than going out to the dispensary at the time. Just having the right people.
Yeah.
It was that way when I was in high school.
It's that way everywhere.
Seriously.
If you want it, you will find a way.
Like a gun.
Mm-hmm. What do you do for fun?
Drink beer.
Yeah.
Good microbrews and Billings. So
Yeah.
if you like microbrews, go to Billings.
I'm thinking about making a trip down there this weekend. I haven't.
Go on Friday nights.
What's there to do?
Meet people. All our friends are up there. Most of our friends, we're not. But all our friends are bikers.
Oh, okay.
Lone wolves. A few of them belong to a couple of motorcycle clubs, but for the most part they're lone wolves. So they all have their Harleys.
Yeah.
Some have cars. We used to have a car. We used to have a Mustang. But, good people. We had real good, close friends. Just like family. And no one cares what you do.
Mm-hmm.
The place where we used to go downtown, that's Thirsty Street. That's the name of it. We had Dennis Baxudo, used to be the county attorney in Yellowstone. Dennis Reberg used to be a U.S. Senator. Get off the plane, come down, read all bikers and different people, construction. We'd all sit around those big cable things, like cable rolls, the wooden ones.
Yeah.
They made those tables outside. So
Oh, that's cool.
patio. And we'd all be sitting around. It was Friday. Everybody was venting out their weekend and having a couple beers and talking.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool, really.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I just haven't made my way over there yet. The weather's starting to get a little bit nicer.
And
I'm
this
hoping.
weekend's kind of turned iffy.
Oh, is it gonna get cold again?
Yeah, starting tomorrow night or Friday. And Friday night, Saturday night is like cheese and chalk. The people are clientele. And Saturday night crowd is like, smoothie. Where us blue collars are all in there, but it's nice. And go to Canyon Creek, that's the best.
What's that?
That's the name of the brewery.
Okay.
Of course, she's still new in Billings, but it's simplified. Just take the King Avenue interchange, come into town, get in the left-hand lane and drive by the Ford and Dodge dealerships. By the time you get to Lithia Dodge, you're in the far left and go up to the stoplight, the big intersection. Make a left, go about a mile and a half, and you'll see it. And all kinds of cars, what have you.
Where do the people my age hang out around there?
What are you, 24? Some of the bars I'd say, but they can be kind of rowdy. So, what kind of music you like?
As long as it's loud, I don't mind.
Really? That's the problem. Billings' music scene is, since COVID, just
Oh, really?
because we have some friends that are in bands. Oh, if you could try the Squire, that could be. I always say it's
I'm gonna write these places down.
class reunion time for us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know who's playing.
What's fun to do around here on the
Nothing.
weekends? Nothing. I've gone outside and done a little bit of hiking, but again, it's pretty cold right now.
It's a long time of season. Then if it is warmer, it's muddy.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can get over. There's a hot new babe for Chan Wade that's single from California.
Out of Billings?
Out of Billings.
How do you know she's single?
Because she told me.
Oh.
Yeah, I get around, Ace. No, I was driving by it. The chief was pulled up by the PD and I looked over and it's not the chief. I didn't see these two girls talking to him. Man, their tripods when they were doing an interview. So I pulled them in there, and this little hot black guy smiled, and I said, "Don't listen to him. He'd do anything for a job." She starts laughing. She's from San Bernardino. And so I said, "Is he teaching you everything about a patrol vehicle?" "Yeah." There's a part that was getting all the answers. I said, "Where are you from?" "San Bernardino. First job."
It's a long way from home.
I said, "Well, you missed the cold weather last week, being from down there." She goes, "That's what I heard."
And that last week was tough.
My pickup wouldn't start. It's always started. But Explorer did. The truck did.
Yeah, I was renting a spot about 20 minutes out of town, but I just moved over to North Shoto Avenue, and our pipes were froze up in the house for about 3 days.
Yeah, because it was 27, 28 below.
Yeah.
But I said, "So how do you like Billings?" "Oh, it's good." I said, "Looking for fun?" "Yeah, still new." I told her, "Go to Canyon Creek." He was a cutie. He's great. But, huh. She gave me her card. I'm going to check with my cards. She gave me her business card. But, yeah, you go there and you just sit back and start talking to people. You know, you sit in there, table, or go outside, there's fire pits. And that's usually where the smokers go. It's warm. People, they'll come up and start talking. "Hey, how you doing? When you know, stuff like that." If you're in the cars, there's guys that are in the cars. Motorcycles, a little bit of everything. You know, has problems with each other, we're all different.
Yeah, that's something that I've really appreciated since I've moved here and since taking a job in communication is it's really forced me to be more outgoing and just talk to new people all the time.
Nobody around.
And nobody gives a shit about you. Like, I'm up here by myself. I just moved 1,000 miles away. Like, if you don't find your group and
They're
make
not
a name
going to
for
come
yourself,
see you. You got to go and see
No,
them.
exactly.
Well, one of these days, should have been around Friday last week. Last Thursday was my birthday. And the daughter, every year, gets a hold of all my friends, or our friends. "We're all meeting for my dad's birthday at Canyon Creek," so they all show up.
That's
That
cool.
would have been a good time.
Yeah. Let me make sure I get your name spelled here right.
R-E-E-C-E.
R. Yeah.
E-E. R-E-E-C-E.
Got it. Okay.
No, it's, what I've heard about the animosity between the UPD and the sheriff's office. What is your problem? Dispatch. You were there. You heard it. One of the dispatchers I know, I saw her in the alley last week, was it? "That'll change if I'm wearing this place. I'm going to be doing that, or you're out the door." I said, "I don't tolerate that."
Yeah, especially, again, I don't know law enforcement culture, but I'm sure there's egos involved and funding and money, and you're both doing
We're
a
better
similar
than
job.
you.
Exactly. We deserve more. And that, I understand it. I'm a man myself. It's hard not to have that ego,
Mhm.
but if people are calling 911 and trying to get help, you can't have that stuff get in the way.
My wife, she works one night a week or 2 nights at Dollar Tree. Her and the manager had trouble with the drugs. They called dispatch, couldn't get through. They called the 9780 number. And so it's time to go pick her up. She calls me, she goes, "Don't come to the store." I go, "Why not?" "There's drunks out here and I don't want you to punch one out."
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that. She goes, "Yes, you would."
I had, outside of that same store this weekend, a lady trying to follow me into my car and get a ride, and I just had to tell her, stop right there. And I felt bad because my first instinct when I see people like that is to help them. but there are some
You know the drunks,
situations you're just not safe.
you'll learn what to, what to look for. But, so when I pulled up there, because it was right by Little Big Ben Pizza, I saw about 6 of them standing out by the street. They weren't doing anything wrong, but I could tell they were all hammered. So I drove by and went down around the corner, and I still had it on the line. I said, "You call 911?" "Well, no, it's not 911 worthwhile." I said, "Call them up. I'm not giving an answer through 97.8. Call 911. One time, what's his name? Curtin showed up. PD. I don't know where they went. I turned and came back. No one was there. They just they disappeared. We saw 2 of them, guy and gal, and I recognized the guy. He was a pain in the ass, because he told to take the woman. He ended up taking her to jail and showing out a warrant. But then another one come out of the woodwork, and I was looking around to see where the rest of them went. I couldn't find them. She just stood by the door. I said, "Cops were here. They want everybody to leave." She didn't say anything to me. So I put my window down all the way, and I opened the door, and I said, "Did you hear me? Out." "Okay. I heard you." I said, "Well, get going." I'm dumb.
Yeah.
So, but you'll do fine. Takes time.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, I'm small town Missouri. It's my background and the way I grew up is the only reason I feel even slightly comfortable here, because it's a little bit back to my roots.
I didn't have no problem when I moved to Illinois. The town we lived in was 600 people.
Yeah.
So outside an hour out of Peoria, going to Macomb towards Western Illinois University. And I didn't mind it. Everybody, they saw me and go, "Where are you from, boy?" "Oh, I'm from Montana." "What the hell you doing out here?" Laughed at their terrain. "Well, we go four-wheeling. There's a holler out here that's pretty steep. It's a gully in Montana. Where's the hills?"
Yeah.
I'm on serious shit. It's pretty flat.
For sure.
You can never get used to the humidity.
No, it's hard.
Canoeing down, 4th of July weekend, went to Missouri, went to St. Louis and down 44. What the hell is the name of that town? Rolla?
Yep.
There's some creeks or campgrounds where you can rent canoes. Christ, it was hot.
Yeah.
People couldn't sleep, fireworks, Missouri.
Oh yeah, that's what you do in Missouri.
Yep.
People go out on the river and drink and
Oh, it was terrible.
act foolish.
So, got lost in East St. Louis.
Fun.
Thought we were goners.
Yeah, that's a rough area over there.
That's why I laugh about these young punks. Go to East St. Louis and walk around dressed like that and see how long it lasts. Or where my wife's son lives. Well, he doesn't live there anymore. He moved out towards Yosemite, but he was living in Stockton, California. Rough town.
Yeah.
And when he was up there a few years ago, he said, "Boy, these guys wouldn't last at all in our neighborhood. Mexicans would slice and up." It's only in Texas where the grandkids live.
Yeah.
Which we eventually would like to move to Texas. I like it down
Yeah, it's a good spot.
there. Hill country outside of San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. About 30 miles from George Strait. So I'd be right at home.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of times, what you should do, go next door and talk to Lana.
Yeah, I've met her a couple times. She's a nice girl.
Yeah, she's pleasing on the eyes. And they have a hell of a good band. It's
Kind of
country.
heard.
It's country. But hey, you should see the cowgirls that go to her dances. Oh, shit. They'll teach you. They'll teach you how to country western dance.
Two-step.
And it's easy to get to where they usually play. On your way to Billings, where the Prior Creek exit is, before you go up the hill into Billings.
Yeah.
Just hang a right, and it's a 2-lane road, but it's all icy paved. night where you gotta be careful, deer. But you can come into town and go driving until you see where they're playing.
That's
It's
cool.
a blue cat. It's a good place. It's all brand new. They're good. So,
Yeah, I'll have to check them out.
I think, didn't she say they were playing again? You gotta change your calendar.
I do. It's March.
Yeah. She's gone. I went over to wish her. Today's her birthday. I wished her a happy birthday. But her grandma said she went to Billings. I gave her the day off. I said, you? Yep. I kicked her out of here. But yeah, there's not too many people that don't know me or I don't know.
Yeah.
One or the other. Like Luanda's grandma. Her brother-in-law. Him and I went to high school and went to room together in college. As well as their cousin. You know, it's just, so I told Jody she's from Billings, my wife, and she took the job with Beth down here at Bighorn Insurance.
I know Jody.
So you've seen her.
Yeah, she's
Probably your insurance lady.
gave me a signature or two. I know her.
And when she started 14 years ago, I said, first item of business in this town, don't badmouth any of the Indians because they're all related. The same as the whites, because they're all related. You got the Uffelmans, you got the Watsons, the Meadens. I said, they're all related. Same with North Valley.
I have started to I'm seeing the same last names over
Yeah.
and over. Means Not Afraid.
Oh, yeah. There's some big families.
Yeah.
I know I'm related to a lot of them down in Crow. So my mom, see, it's a long story, but I'll make it as short as possible. Back in the late 40s, my uncle used to own the gas station in Crow, where that convenience store is now.
Yeah, right when you get off the exit.
Yeah,
That
it
one?
used to be a Texaco station.
Okay.
Well, my uncle ran it. Well, my dad was we were living in Washington, my grandma and them. And well, he was a teenager and he didn't get along with my grandpa. So they kicked his ass out in the summers to go work with my uncle at the gas station. That's where he met my mom. So then Korea showed up, he joined the Navy. And he'd come back here on leave before the end of the war. And they decided to get married right after that. And she said, I don't care what we're going to do, it's not going to be on this damn reservation. And she was half Crow. You know, so she just get me the hell out of here. So that's why they lived and got her out of here and moved out to outside Tacoma. So in the meantime, in 67, they were having marital problems. My dad said, we need to get out of here. Let's move back to Montana. So they did. So then she got on with the government and the rest is history. As people say, why should how'd you end up down? What are you doing out here? So I have to tell them, well, but, so I wasn't raised as an Indian. She refused to teach us kids that. No, you're 3/4 white, and you don't live there. If you have questions, I'll tell you. But other than that, didn't speak the lingo. She could. She more understood it than we spoke it. But she didn't raise us as such. My dad was white. So, when you go down there, if you don't know their ways, you're kind of lost. So, that's why I say you throw the race card out at me. It pisses me off. There's no excuse for any color. I don't care what color they are. Good people come in all shapes, sizes, and colors.
Yeah, people are people at the end of the day.
The worst people I know are white. Get down to it, if there's such a thing. I said, where's white? There's no such thing as white in my book. You go to Billings, some of the places, I talk to black guys, just give them shit. Oh, God. Funny and young. You realize that we're just jiving around and, mostly on sports. One time this guy, he started coming in, we started BSing every weekend. Some of his friends from California were with him. I said, they don't serve your kind in here. The other two, Get your ass out of here. He started to laugh. I should have known you was here. He cool? Yeah, he's cool. Gay people too. You don't care. Nope, we don't care what you are.
It's good. It's the right attitude to have.
Yeah, you have to be in law enforcement.
Yeah.
I worked with a black kid from Helena 40 years ago. He was young, 21 years old. And these two black truck drivers came in and he was writing them tickets. You're not going to write one of those brothers up. He goes, I'm not your brother. You shut your goddamn black ass down and sit down. I go, God damn, Rich. They were big, you know. He's just a little guy. And, oh, that used to piss him off too. Oh, so I used to call him Oreo. He called me Apple. We stuck laughing. But, no, it's... Lady Justice is blindfolded, folks. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
And I won't tolerate anything otherwise. But that's my biggest concern is the missing guys and gals. And my best friends. His nephews, his father found him. He was a little bit older too. That's what I can't figure out.
I know there was a search going on pretty recently. It might have been a couple weeks ago. I think there's an elderly guy that's missing.
Oh, you mean knows the guy?
Maybe, but I was driving through town and I
Freddie.
started seeing these gray.
Yeah.
They looked like law enforcement, but I knew they weren't the city and I knew they weren't the county, and I thought, are the feds in town?
Like Bureau.
Or the bureau, yeah.
Well, Freddie, he'd steal that desk if you let him. Whether you're here or not. But, yeah, I don't think they found him yet. I haven't ever heard of him. I have to ask Shag Nasty out there.
She would, and she's the one who told me about it.
Yeah. But, no, anything else? You got my life history.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping by and talking. It was nice.
I want to meet the crowd too. It's campaign.
Who else do you think's gonna run? Is anybody?
Frank Simpson, Rudy King Jr. You hear that little shit? I got him the job he's got now down at Pearl when I was HR down there. I have to give a shit when I see him.
I don't know those two.
His dad and I, we've known each other since 1964. But that's the only ones I know. Just us three so far. Legally not afraid of that guy. He's we're off the record, right?
I'll stop her.